Hello, I wanted to share a spell for the 7th of the month. This is called Seventh Heaven. I'm going to read a lot of ingredients. The goal is to pick 7 that call out to you and then look up the meanings and then blend them all together into a fine powder and then blow it outside your house for air. Sprinkle it over a candle for fire. You can put it in some moon water and put it outside. You can do whatever you want with the water. And then to put some underneath your welcome mat for earth, or sprinkle some in the dirt outside for earth. I also recommend making some to give away for the element of spirit. So this spell involves all 5 elements: earth, fire, water, air, and spirit. That's how I would do it. That's what I've been doing. I'm currently waiting for my candle to burn down while I'm filming this video. But the ingredients I used were cloves, dirt from a flower pot, salt, pink salt, pepper, sugar, brewed coffee, basil, chili powder, cilantro, thyme, cinnamon, incense powder for black salt, dandelion root, nutmeg, a bay leaf with your intention on it, chamomile, lavender, calendula, peppermint, ginkgo, licorice root, cornflower, red clover, and celandine. I used all of the ingredients I mentioned, but I'll be just using 7 for the next one. I used all of these because this is what I had in my house, and I just looked up what they meant and I just put it all together in a spell. So you can do the same thing. You can just use what's laying around on your house. Just look up the meanings so that you understand the intention of the spell that you're creating. Once it's all ground together, it should look something like that. Just a pile of dirt. And when you're burning it, do not breathe it in because I'm not sure if it's toxic or not. So if you can, do it outside and kind of throw it into the fire with your intention. Or sprinkle it over a candle and then kind of walk away. You can also use a mask. For the water element, I had made my own angel water, and I put the ingredients in my angel water that I made to kind of enhance the angel water that I already created. So this now has a more specific meaning to me. And altogether, the ingredients that I used represent banishing negative energy. It's a lot of banishing. It's a lot of warding off negative energy. It's a lot of protection. And then I have a lot of healing and peace, and then a lot of money and abundance. So it's banishing, protection, money, peace, abundance, and healing. If you would like to repeat the spell that I said when doing this, you can, but you can also come up with your own spell. The mantra rhyme spell that I said while I was making this was: carry my prayers to heaven, return them to me answered times 7, and then I said thank you 7 times, and then I repeated that 7 times. I spent a lot of time grinding this into a fine powder, which is where most of my intention came through, like my connection to these herbs and plants and things. I just spent a lot of time grinding them in my mortar and pestle. So that's what I would recommend doing, because that's what I did. These will be the 7 little things I'll be giving away. I used Lush containers because I didn't want to throw them away, and they just came in so handy. So you would just toss this out your front door, put it in some moon water, angel water, sprinkle it over a candle, and then either put it in some dirt or put it underneath your welcome mat. I'm still waiting for that candle to burn out, so I want to share my tarot reading with you. I asked Spirit, what is the source of my anxiety? And I got some really awesome answers that I think can apply to more than just me. So if you've been struggling with panic attacks, anxiety, depression, stick around for this reading. Okay, so I asked Spirit, I said, what is the source of my anxiety? And I got attachment. Okay. So I said, okay. And I said, what am I attached to? And I got deluge, which basically is like a tower moment. I'm attached to the tower moment. I'm attached to the downfall. I'm attached to the washing away of candles talking. I'm attached to the deluge. Okay, I'm just gonna read this to you so it makes more sense. A flooding of emotional energy may cause us to feel saturated at times. These waves of emotion can carry us to a safe shore if we are able to tolerate the discomfort. The practice of staying with difficult feelings and not jumping overboard can help us stay on course and land where we truly want to be. So I'm caught up in the emotions of things. My attachment to the emotional turmoil is what's giving me anxiety. And so I said, okay, how do I get out of this cycle? And I got 2 cards, connection and vulnerability. Connection and vulnerability. So I need to continue working on my connection with others, building solid, healthy, safe relationships, and continuing to be vulnerable about the aspects of myself that I try to hide. Being vulnerable with others about my shadow, being vulnerable with myself about my shadow, and not doing so from a place of shame, but from a place of humility and growth. And as a collective, Spirit wants us to remember the underworld. I've heard another witch refer to this as your womb space, and I really like that think piece of the underworld, the darkness, the dark world, the lower world, being your womb. And going into the underworld, going into the darkness, is really going into your womb space and the womb space of the collective to do that dark feminine archetype healing. And of course it's represented by a beautiful snake because it's the year of the snake and we love synchronicities. Okay, this is me blowing out part of this out my back door. Sprinkling the rest in my dirt. This is me getting my front door. And I'm taking the rest and I'm putting it underneath my welcome mat. Okay, so we're just going to put that welcome mat. Sprinkle that down there. Perfect. Notice my mat does not say welcome on it. Witches. And now we're done. Thank you for watching. Mwah.